Okay guys, we might cut this. Let's just have it. So today, hopefully you guys can hear me, is we are in a picture of the wood splitter over here. Now I add a couple designs to it. So I'm going to go over and let's see. Oh yeah. Let's see if we can actually still trying to figure some of this stuff out. So yeah. I'm not sure if I'm live or not. Oh yeah, we are. Alright, so going live and I think I'm over there. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of the wood splitter I have up here on the side. I want to add a couple things to it. I'm going to clean it out because I'm going to build some stays. And if you look up at the blade, I have it cut into, that one's just a one split, but I changed it to, it has 6 splits on it. So yeah, I figured it out. So all I'm going to do, so I have the wood splitter up here in the picture. Right? That's the wood splitter right there. I hope you can see that. So the wood splitter is right there. And what I do plan on doing is I want to, so let's say this is the push ramming rod right here with the piston pushing it. And if you look on that picture up there, you see the piston is fully extended or very extended. That's this right here. And so I'll put this out. The wood splitter ends right here, and you have your cutter across there. So what I wanted to do is I've been putting the wood, I don't know if you can see it that well, but I've been putting the wood right here, just splitting this 16-14 inches. What I want to do is get a sheet of metal, extend it out on top right here. So I'll cut off that blade on top, cut it off, I'll get extension metal welded on here. I'm not sure exactly, so this is kind of a face down view. That's what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to extend out that wood file. I'm going to extend out the splitter to right here. And then what I want to do, so I want to put on different blades. So I can cut it like 4x4 or quarters or inline size. And right now I have it welded to the wood splitter itself, and it's not exactly ideal. So what I want to do is bring it up to this flat piece of metal. I'll get another piece of metal. I'm going to try to figure out how I can drop this out. I want to, so here I'll use the top. So it's going to kind of look like this. It's going to have a blade and the boxes like this. So, and then down here is the wood splitter right here. And so the wood would be pushing through those logs, right? These pieces of steel right here. So let's say that's a 4 by 4 piece of wood. And then flat up here, and then I have my wood splitter bringing it back, dropping it down, and splitting it. So the reason why I want to put that on is to extend it so I can come out here and put on another type of stays. So a lot of people use stays for like fencing, and I've had a lot of people ask me. I'm going to have to find the exact dimensions, but stays goes onto a fence. So you have a fence, let's say you have a 3-strand barbed wire fence. That stays will go in the middle right here. And you staple that fence onto it. You staple the stake, and this is a piece of wood. The top kind of looks like a triangle here. They're 4 feet long by whatever you split it. I want to say they're like 2 inches or 3 inches. I'm not sure exactly what's exact, so I don't know how to find that dimension. So that's what a stave is, and I want to build one of these wood splitters. So let's say right here, let's say a stave maker right here. A lot of people split this by hand, but I want to create. So let's say at the very end I have it so I can push through 10 staves at a time or something. You get all split. Staves is 4 feet. The max I have is like 2 feet here. So I want to extend this out so I can put a 4-foot log onto my wood splitter. So I can roll that 4-foot log onto the wood splitter and split it off. Let's see these sketches set, Kenny. Yeah. So I'm hopefully you guys can see the sketching okay. My shadows kind of blocking a little bit. I don't have the best setup right now for y'all. Do one together. So if you've been seeing that, hopefully you guys can see the sketches. Hopefully they're somewhat solid. So I plan on putting the stays over here and pushing the stays through this mechanism to get as many stays out as fast as possible. What is the stroke of that cylinder? I think we're looking at the full distance. I need to do some math. Probably 32 inches. Roughly, I'm going to say about 30 inches is the length of that. I didn't measure it exactly, but I can put 2 14-inch cut logs onto it. But when I've tried 2 16-inch, I run into I'm about an inch too long. So I need 4 feet, and 4 feet I need to take a measure. I'm terrible with math, but let's say I need 4 feet, so 12 times 4. I'm bad at math. I don't know. We'll figure that. The bore of the cylinder is 16, 6 inches. When I rebuilt it, it's about 6 inches, about 6 inches in diameter, if I remember right, or 5.9 or something like that. It's a massive cylinder. It pushes some wood through. So I could actually draw that out. I should have came prepared for. So here's my cylinder. And then the rod. I'm trying to get this so you guys can actually see it. And that, I'm pretty sure, is 6 inches. And I'm pretty sure the push is around 30. I don't have an exact. So that's basically my 6 inches by 30 inches. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that's the cylinder. I don't know the exact of it. So I was planning on putting the logs in. Just make sure you guys are still alive. So I'm planning so I can build stays. So I want to be able to build stays. and put it on. So I'll have my stay setting over here 4 feet away and push the stays. So a cylinder working pressure to the load, not the stroke, but can spike the pressure at full mass. Yes. I'm working, so the pump is a 16 gallon minute pump with a 22 horsepower, and I don't have a gauge on it. I should have a gauge. I just kind of tweak it until it. So what I do is when I how do I say that? When I don't know the exact name, but I forgot the name. Wow, my mind went crazy. I basically backed it so it pushed it against itself. I pulled it all the way back, and I just churned it until the motor just barely bogged out, like wow. And then that's what pressure I run on it. There are certain ways you can get more pressure as the backflow and squeezing it down and having it pressure through and backing it up. There's a lot of ways to damage a system too. Don't ask me how I know that, but you can get really high pressure if you do it in the wrong way. So I actually built this Twizzler, and it took me 6 months to kind of figure out how hydraulics work. I spent hours and hours on forums and researching how hydraulics work, and I thought go big or go home, so I put a 52 gallon a minute. I'm sure the relief is set. Man, for some reason I can't read the whole comment. For some reason I'm gonna have to fix that. Here, bear with me for 1 second. Come on. I'm sure the relief is set to the pump. Man, why can't I read that whole thing? Oh, yeah, okay, I got you now. Okay, I'm sure the relief is set close to the pump. Actually, so the relief is, I have the relief set into the valve. I have the valve, the release is set there. So I should have put a secondary one on. Hey, it works. But I spent hours and hours and hours trying to get this hydraulic wood splitter going, and finally got it going. Turned out I had too big of a pump for my too big of a hydraulic pump for my motor. So I ended up dropping it down to a 16 gallon a minute instead of a 32 gallon a minute. What type of manifold and handle setup do you have on it? You answered my question already. Yeah, I had, so another thing I learned with hydraulics, if it says it's a 32 gallon a minute pump, you have to look at the RPM. So if it says it's 32 gallon a minute pump at 2,000 RPMs, if you bring that engine up to 4,000 RPMs, it does add more gallons per minute on the pump. So if you run at 4,000 gallons a minute, you can get 52. I mean, if you can run at 4,000 RPMs, you can get 52 gallons a minute off that 32 gallon a minute pump. And I didn't realize that when I bought the 32 gallon a minute pump, I was running at 4,000 RPMs, and my filter and my release valve and handles were only rated for 32 gallon a minute. And so when I went to 16, and I can rev it up to a little bit higher and still have it be able to go through my valves and push valves and all that. So there's a lot of, when it comes to hydraulics, no one knows anything about them. And well, in my town, you can't find anyone who knows anything about it. They just know the basics of how they work, but they can't sit there and explain to you why it's making this problem. And that's one of the biggest problems I had with building this thing, is kind of learning on my own. Hydraulics are funny. I've built my own skidder and done a lot of hydraulics. So you're the guy I should have been live streaming last year so I could get advice off it, because spool valves are awesome and way easy. yeah, I've ran into countless problems building this thing, and my best friend is Rock AI. That thing was a game changer on that. Here, I need to go grab something, and I'll be right back. Right. So don't leave me. Okay, I'm back. I'm like, I need it in. I got a problem. No, I don't. No problem. Okay. Do you have a Lovejoy coupler on your composter rack? Oh, it's a Lovejoy coupler. Actually, wish I could. Tomorrow when I do the pump, you see it. It is about this big. It's massive. It's a 190. I'm not sure if you know. I'm pretty sure it's a 190. A 190 coupler. And the Lovejoys, I was running 79. I was running 95 Lovejoy, and I just kept blowing them up. And then I went up to a little bit, tad bit bigger one, and just grind them clean off. So I went to a 190 or 195 Lovejoy is what I did, a coupler on that. When I get into the shop tomorrow, I'll kind of show you. I did a lot of weird setups on it to make it work. But hey, it splits wood. It sounds very whiny. I had it cavitating. Yeah, cavitating. I don't know the exact word. Cavitating pretty bad. I'm going to use cavitating because I can't pronounce it in my words. And yeah, it's all new hoses, all new hydraulic fluid, everything. I tried everything, and it turned out that pump was just too big. Good, makes the static charge out of the makes the static charge out of the pump. Oh, I did not know that. Yeah, I just keep trying until it makes it. So that's kind of the pump setup. It's a nice wood splitter. Spent a lot of time on it. Got a lot of steel in it. It's heavy. What line are you running, like a AW32 or standard hydraulic fluid? I have to look. I bought the cheapest stuff you could buy. It was like $32 for 5 gallons, or maybe it was $60 for 5 gallons. It was cheap. The AW32 looks right. I don't think it's standard hydraulic fluid. It's a super clear hydraulic. Because I used 60 gallons. I think my tank is a 60-gallon tank on there. So that's what I used. This picture up here is kind of. I have a couple more pictures, but I'm not good enough yet to kind of show you guys, like flip it through. There is a way. I wish I spent a little bit more time by wanting to get on here. Well, I could show you a couple pictures of the wood splitter itself. So that's kind of the setup, and I'm right now. Oops. Ooh, there we go. What's up, Buttercup? Hey, the man crawls with the sun don't shine. Right now, I am drawing out wood splitter. Talking about stays. A stay is to keep the fence together, and I've had a lot of people ask me about that. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. If you have a Kubota dealer close, you can put the Kubota Super UDT in it. It works so much smoother. Oh, that might be. I run into a kind of a high whine. I have a high whine noise to it, and I'm kind of nervous at first. I've been running it. I'm not sure exactly what that whine is. I know it's before you could hear it, like making air bubbles in there. It doesn't quite sound like that, but it does not run the smoothest. I do notice that. And I'll fire it up tomorrow and kind of show you guys what sounds it's making and all that fun jazz. So oh yeah, the saves. So I want to build saves, and I want to be able to cut some more firewood. And I'm going to cut. I like having my firewood cut into cubes, because the more perfect you can make a firewood, the more that people like it. I've noticed, like, if I can get all the firewood very close to the same dimension, even if some of it goes to waste, that's kind of what I'm shooting for. So I want to create a splitter to where I can get, some people like 4x4, some people like a 2x4, but pieces of wood, I'm throwing out sizes of wood they have in there. And some people like quarters. On that, I push it through a 2-way or 1-way. I don't sell a lot to those type of people. I sell a lot more to people who have a hobby in burning wood, and they enjoy wood, and they like showing off their wood to people. So when you see a perfectly stacked pile of wood, when you drive up, you're like, those are the people I'm trying to sell to. Standard hydraulic fluid works at under 60 degrees to function properly. UDT comes at 86 degrees and stays longer, better all temps. Oh, okay, so I do let my engine warm up a little bit, because it whines a lot. And I have quite a bit of hydraulic fluid, so it takes a while to warm up. I guess it does quiet it down a little bit when it warms up. I've only split with this new wood sweater that you see on the screen. I've only split about 6-7 cord with it. Let me see those pictures. Are my drawings? Or let me see those. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I have. Let me. I'm trying to see if I have any. So I actually kind of I'm using here. Let me see if I can bring this closer. Yeah, I need a better marker. So basically, I can show you right here. It is. I'm just kind of explaining the state. I really don't have anything much drawn out right now. I'll help anyone I can. I have a vast amount of knowledge. Dude, that's what I need. It's like, dude, it's hard to find people. And like, always, what I do when I work on stuff is I always go find old timers. In my area, there's no old timers that know hydraulics. They know the basics. They know that it has a pump, and it pushes it through a valve, and it makes the cylinder go forwards and backwards. That's all anyone knows around here. What you're doing, I am building out plans for my wood splitter. And basically, I have stuff for the staves and everything. And what I want to do, my next problem, and I've ran into this, is I want to switch out different blades, but I'm having a problem with putting blades on and then not staying. That the wood pushed the blade out of the way. I tried going through it. I've got all these ways, and I don't want to weld it into the frame. So I'm coming up with a different idea. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm old, but not that old. 43. 10 years older than me. Hey, here's the thing: is there's people that know hydraulics. It's just small, and I think that's, if you really learn hydraulics and get into hydraulics, you can help so many people, because everything uses hydraulics. That's just like, how does everything use hydraulics and no one knows about hydraulics? So the problem I'm working on right now. So right here, I want to extend this piece of metal out, how wide is that beam? That beam, I knew I was going to get a question. That beam is, I want to say, a foot, and the bottom beam is a foot and some odd inches. I think it's 23 to 26 inches. It's quite wide. It's about this wide. Beam is pretty wide. I'm sitting over a foot easy, and I can hold 2 logs in the middle of it. So what I was thinking is extending a piece of steel out right here, and then here's the piece of steel I want to extend out. And on the sides, I'm going to have holes right here, and then say I'm going to have a plate, drop in a plate, bolted down, and so I have holes up the side, and I can do a 4-way, 6-way, 8-way, whichever way, and I bolt it on into there. And then when I do my stays, I want to have my bolts up here, and then I can put my stays up on this, so it bolts in to this extended piece of the metal. Width across main top of beam. Width across main top of I-beam. It's about, I'm going to say 24 inches. 24 to 28 inches is what the width is on that. This right here, it would split the width, I say 24, roughly. I might be wrong, but it's roughly, it's over a foot. I know that. I should have went out and took all the measurements. Or I have a piece of paper. I kind of sketch everything out and try to figure out what to do. So everything, I have papers all over the place with numbers and all this stuff on. I thought it'd be cool to go live stream with you guys and kind of show you kind of what I do when I work through an idea of mine. So another thing is, on this, I'm going to extend it out and I can bolt in different cutters, different blades. And so the very back one at 4 feet, I'm going to have my stave blade. After I get that, I need to figure out if I want to put legs down to sturdy it. I'm not sure what to do here, because I know when you start pushing wood on this stuff and you start pushing wood through blades, it creates a lot of force. And that's my biggest problem, is I bend stuff. My welds don't hold up, it snaps, it just pushes through. That's why I kind of want to go this way. So I'll do all my holes and then counter it on to where the bolts sit underneath, and then the wood can. Let me see how I can do this. Here's a side. So the beam, the big beam, the wood splitting beam will be here. As it goes up, I will weld another piece of steel, extending out to get my 4 feet. So that will be another steel beam right here. So the wood right here is going to have come in, kind of push up this little piece of steel right here. And then I can put my blade, my cutting blade right here. So it will come up, push the cutting blade. And then right here, I will bolt it down to this piece of steel that is welded on here. And then when I unbolt it, here I'll drop bolts down below. When I unbolt it, I move this blade off it and put another blade right here. So let's have bolt that blade right there. And so when I put a 4-foot log on, it will push through this end. That's another problem, is I'm going to have to do 2-foot. I'm going to have to bring it back and finish pushing it through, or create a rod. The further you are away from the wood splitter, the more strength you need. Yes. Okay. So what I was thinking, so here's a question for you, Kenny. Is, let's say, I have a log, 16-inch log, and I put 2 next to each other. So I have 2 16-inch logs to reach my wood splitter, my blade right here, right? So then here's my blade. If these are connected and it's pushing right here, do you still need the same amount of strength to push it through this, since that this rod is not fully extended? Because let's say this rod can go all the way up to here, but you're using 2 extra pieces of wood. All the strength in the flat of the iron beam, flat of the I-beam and the side correspond both through the top and bottom with a clamshell design on the sides. Yes, see, that's what I was thinking. So let me draw. So let's say this is the side right here. Oh wait, I'll just do the side. So what I was thinking about is coming down. You have your steel and creating a clamping. So this right here would be the on look of the blade. Let's say it's a 4-way blade, and then this would slide over and then bolt down. So it probably wouldn't be connected, but then I would bolt it down like this, and I think I would need at least a foot and a half, and like 6 bolts just holding it down. So my thing is, as the wood splint through, let's say you bolt it down like this, and it comes up and the wood hits, all that force would push that other metal up like this, and I want it to be kind of right up and then push through the blade. So I know I'm going to have a little bit of resistance as it's hitting right here. It's going to have a little bit of resistance on that first one, so it needs to pop up and pop up again and get pushed through. So I'm not sure if so many pop-ups will hinder my strength too. IRS, it's variable on PSI depending on the wood temperature and working flow. Not PSI. The PSI doesn't really change until limited or stoppage. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I cut a lot of red fir. It's not like oak. Oak is a lot harder, or oak and locust. It's red fir is kind of a softer wood, so I can get away with a lot more blades without it struggling as bad. I noticed once I do the locust, I noticed it. I haven't tried it with this, but I noticed with my other wood splitter it pauses it. Then the other thing, so I'm thinking that C-clamp design, and I can make 3 or 4 different blades for that and make different sizes for people, and also I can just do a one-way blade. I'm thinking, I've tried a lot of different things. I'm thinking hopefully this one will work. Now another thing I want to add on to it is, let's say right here. Actually, I can probably just use the bottom of this. So my wood splitter right here, I want to create underneath something, so the wood splitter, it drops off the firewood onto here, and it gets pushed down metal grates right here, because I notice I get a lot of, just thinking of the loader tractor as an aspect with the lifting, the main cylinder as the mass of the wood splitter. Okay. Give me your email and I'll draw you up some designs and help you. Yeah, dude. So, and I'll give you my number. Yeah, dude. Here, let me Let me pull that up. Let me see. So the email, my email, I'm going to give you an email that I look at more. So I'm using my phone, and that's a pretty cool, it's crazy actually. For some reason that phone is facing me, but it looks down on here, and it's just crazy. But let me pull up my email, and I'm not logged into it on here. No. Maybe I can. Man, I wish I could grab my phone right now. How can you find what Gmail you're on right now? Let's create a, oops. Let's create this email somewhere and see. I'm not really technologically advanced. Let's just put it that way. How do you create an email? I don't know how to find. I don't know how to find my email. You can actually email me to BillRKlein@gmail.com is my email. I will go on to here and log into that real quick. And let me see if I'm on there. That's my personal email. Accounts. Yeah, I'll log into that email right now, and so I can see what you got. Yeah, it's kind of cool that. So I'll give you a text later, but right now I'm using my phone to video this right now. You get that? I'm trying to log into my email right now because I'm using. Why can't I just type in check your device? Yeah, I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna open up my phone and I probably lost the bottom after you guys, but I'll get that fixed. There we go. Okay. Let me set this back up for you. Good. Yeah. delete my message. Delete my message with my number if you would. What do you do? Delete my message with my number if you would. Oh wait, did you put? Sorry, I don't see it. I don't see your number. I'm sorry. I would, but I don't see it. All I see is I'll give you my number. Delete my message with my number if you would. Yeah, I don't see your number on here anywhere. What are you talking about on the restroom? I'm trying, bud. We'll get this figured out. I'm not sure why it's not pulling up on my iPad. Let me pull it up here. No, I didn't get it. I haven't got any email from you. I just have it on you. I'm not sure how to invite into live or do any of that. I will try my hardest to find that for you, bud. Yeah, I'll for some reason it's not. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I'm not really tech savvy. Yeah, I'm just sorry, but I'm not seeing it. I will. I'll look that up. I'll look for your email. Yeah, sorry, bud. I didn't see it right then. Hopefully you got the email right. Kelly is the last name of it. It's the last. I know there's a way where you can invite people into your life, but I haven't researched enough of that. So, where was I at? So I kind of want to build a screen. Man, I wish I could get that. Come on. Cancel. Well, I'm looking for it. That's my email. Oh, goodness. I'll find it. It'll come up. So I plan on if you can see. So I want to kind of after all this whole mess, what I kind of want to do is create a platform so the wood can fall off into here. And as it gets pushed along here, I have all that pieces. I get a lot of debris and little stuff that drops into the wood. It's a pain to sort out. So I kind of want to create something to where I could get that off. How much are you adding to the I-beam? Oh, up here. So I'm going to have to take some measurements, but what I'm going to do is, let's say it's 32 inches long. I just want to add enough to get that 4 feet. So it could be foot and a half, roughly. I'm kind of wanting to add about a foot and a half on there. Oh, and probably here's that side view. I'm going to have to figure out something. So here's my I-beam right here. That's about how thick it is. There is, the top I-beam comes into here. It kind of goes back. And you have the bottom right here. I'm going to have to figure out something to kind of support back out here. But I'm thinking about a foot and a half is the plane, roughly around there. Not too much. I'm not adding like 10 feet onto there. I have a 3/4 inch steel that I want to use, that I have, so hopefully that won't work. And then I have a old motorhome frame that I kind of want to use for my man, why words are not coming to me right now? For my sorter, my separator. So I push it along. So that wood splitter, I can have a pile of wood behind it pretty big, and it will push through the wood. And so I want it kind of go on this flat surface and kind of push down. And as it goes down, all the little pieces of bark and crumbles and shavings, everything kind of falls off here. So when I get it off here, I have a little bit cleaner. I also might put it on an uphill slant, so it kind of pushes it up, so I can get a bigger pile before I have to move the wood splitter. First things first, what is the diameter of the cylinder for oil capacity to stroke? I'll figure it out. First things first, what is the diameter of the cylinder for oil capacity to stroke? I'll figure it out. So, what was it? I just had it rebuilt, and I have all that. I should have. Next time I'll bring in some more measurements and designs when I do a project. But, where is that? I was guessing it's 6 inches in diameter. The middle post is 2 inches. No, it's 6 inches. Yeah, 6 inches. The middle is 2 inches, and it is 32 inches long, roughly. I think it can hold. I knew it at one point in time. Yeah, 6 by 32 inches. 6 inches by 32 inches is the oil capacity to stroke. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you on that. Oh, that's kind of cool. I presume it has a weird. So I have, oh, that's kind of interesting. So, Kenny, are you watching on vertical or are you watching on horizontal? Because I could switch this up just a tad because I do notice I kind of I just saw my vertical over there and you can't see me, so hopefully you guys can see me a little bit better. Hopefully I fix that for you. Both actually. Oh, cool. Yeah, I just, for some reason, I swiped over to try to read your comment, and I noticed that my vertical is not all the way there, so I'm trying to pin that in right now. I'm kind of learning as I go, so, where was that? Oh yeah, we were talking about the cylinder. There, now we can see on the vertical. I didn't realize I was doing both right now. I'm tech savvy. I'm not. I'm so far from tech savvy. Just that I'm using OBS on this, and it took me 6 hours to figure out just to get it so I can do this. But it's something I enjoy live streaming. I enjoy making videos. My biggest problem is I've been trying to do YouTube for like 5, 6 years, and I run into the editing. The editing is just not the best for me. It's like I can't make my videos, edit it, and the live stream I can kind of bring it all in and I kind of enjoy it. But so yeah, so I'm not sure exactly what we were looking at the I presume it has a packer for stoppage in the cylinder for stop. So it's when I rebuilt it, it has the back end is just one way. It just pushes out and pulls in. Like it just has this big round aluminum cylinder with a whole bunch of rubber grommets in it, pushing it forwards and pulling it, pushing it forwards and pushing it back. I get some more measurements. Shoot me an email. I'll help you out all I can. Thanks, bud. I appreciate that. Like, I kind of wish I would have found you half a year ago, dude. I spent hours researching that hydraulics. Yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna pull it into the shop, and it's a two-way cylinder, power on both sides. Yeah, so I push power into, so it has the back side and the front side. So basically pushing it. I know pushing it stronger because I mean going out is stronger than going in because going in you have a cylinder and you can't get as much fluid pushing into there. I don't know a lot about hydraulics and hydraulic cylinders and all that stuff. But tomorrow I will have that wood splitter in the shop. Most likely I have to deliver some firewood in the morning. And so I plan on getting that into the shop. I cleaned up the shop most of it. Take some more measurements, kind of show you exactly what I got. You can actually see it. I'll look for your email and kind of that's the idea. Yeah, the main thing I'm working on right now is to get it so I can do different size woods, so I can split different sizes. Because some of my clients I do firewood bundles, so it's a lot smaller wood, and fluid dynamics are fun. Oh yeah, they're pretty fun. There's a lot of math and knowledge in that, and I tend to learn when something fails, and I have to deep research it to find it. So that's kind of what I did. Yeah, I'm working on getting this thing. I'm thinking I'm going to weld this up here. Well, what I might do is I have a couple 6 or 7 cord I need going out. So what I'm thinking about doing tomorrow, I still pull the wood splitter up there. I'm thinking about building myself some blades and getting those the right dimension, and the steel on top and bottom, and I might be going in, and 4x4 is ideal for bundles. Yes. And the more square you get them, the more people buy. If it is a perfect look to it, they just buy it. People love uniform. And I sell my firewood $450 a cord. Spent a lot of time kind of researching of trying to find the best cut and best look. Like if it has a knot in it, I'll throw it out, I'll burn it somewhere else. If it has too much sap in it, I toss it. If it has a little bit of rot in it, I toss it. Because I want the best quality wood for these people. So when they put it in their fireplace and they watch it burn, it just brings them joy. So, like, I was talking earlier on the live, it's like, if you want to make money, don't do something you like, do something you make money off of. And that's kind of why we do asphalt maintenance. When I sell asphalt maintenance, I love asphalt. I put my mind into it, and I create an idea in my head, and I believe myself I love asphalt. But when it really comes, I like doing firewood. I like firewood, and that's why I sell it a little bit higher, so I can actually spend more time and make a higher quality product so they can actually enjoy it. Not looking for the people to warm their houses. It's more of open fires, campfires, something where when you're burning firewood, you actually enjoy what you're burning. It's not like you're grabbing a pine log that's all twisted and warped and you're throwing it on there and you got sap all over your hands. None of that stuff is fun. Splitting wedge would be the easiest part. You need good steel for the wedge design. Yeah, I got some good steel. I tried doing it last year. And I did a couple ideas. I was just bending steel and I couldn't just pushing the steel up, and I was just running into problems where I couldn't cut, and it turned out that my pump was too big. So I downsized my pump, and now I can split the piece of wood 7 ways with one push. So that's what I'm thinking about. Bringing back some designs, going over some ideas. I'm thinking about the clamp. That's what I'm planning on building tomorrow. And welding it up super good. And get it on to where I can bolt it on. Yeah, it might be a little bit more hassle to take it off. And when you watch YouTube videos and it pops out and goes up and goes down, and yeah, that looks cool. But you have to have so much reinforcement behind it, and the scientific behind it is just, I couldn't do it. I run a Kubota as a power plant in a 2-direction with my homemade waterwood furnace. Homemade waterwood furnace. Power plant and split 2 directions. Oh yeah. Harbor Freight. I used a 2-direction splitter for the first long time, and I bought it off the Harbor Freight for $999. And that thing, I split over 80 cord wood with that wood splitter, 2-way wood splitter. I got a design for y'all with a built. I got a design for you with a built-on design. Oh yeah, I need to find that email. Once I get off here, get my phone, I'll look for that email. And then when I go live tomorrow, I'll let you know. And I might print it out. Oh no, my printer sucks. My printer sucks. I never figured it out. I'll somehow get the design so I can see it and see how it goes. Okay, what time? Yeah, it's 11:12 here, so all homemade. I like it. I like kind of design stuff and looking at other people's designs. That's kind of cool. I'm looking forward to seeing it. And if you don't mind, I might show it on the live stream. If you don't. Yeah, I'm about ready here to wrap this up. I kind of got a couple ideas, and I'm going to bed, and I have some firewood to deliver tomorrow, so I gotta drink this water. So I'm thinking about tomorrow I'm gonna build this welded on before I cut off my other wedges. Kind of go around, find some steel, I'll find some steel, build that, build this, and then I might end up cutting. Oh, I have to go get some acetylene and some oxygen. If I don't have that, I won't be able to cut off my old legs. So if I don't sell the wood tomorrow, I probably won't get around to actually welding it onto the splitter. It's a boiler with a heat exchanger tubes and a radiator heat also. Oh, that's cool. I'll check with you tomorrow. Sounds good. I'm gonna end this live stream, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.